Hey there guys, my name is Justin and you are watching the WinBarClub, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Community Battles. This one was sent in by Nathan Evans, and if you guys can't already tell, it is a Napoleon Total War battle, a large 2 versus 2 battle on the Ligny map. And just to get the formalities out of the way, this series is one in which you guys, the viewer, sends me in your replay files. I know a lot of people out there who don't have YouTube channels have very epic battles as well, and it's my goal with this series to try to bring some of those out to the public so that people can see your cool battles. So if you have one you think is cool, send it in. There's always a link at the end of the video, and information's always in the video description. If you don't know how to find your replay files to send them in, there's also a video link in the description to a video I posted that shows you just how to do that. But yeah, just send me an email with the battles and give me a brief overview of what it is. So far I've been doing all of the ones I get. I'm trying to spread them out here though, because this is actually the last one that I have, so I need you guys to go ahead and send in more if you want this series to continue. Anyways, as you can see, Nathan's here is playing as Great Britain. His ally is also Great Britain, and I am probably going to have the unit listings scroll by on the screen right about now, because this is a huge battle and I don't want to spend a ton of time reading everything off to you guys. So you guys will be able to see that in a graphic on the screen. Anyways, I'm going to fast forward the battle, and now you can see their opponents here. France is across from Nathan up on this hill. We've already got an artillery duel going on. And the artillery pieces I will list off. We've got a, believe a horse, yeah, 6-pounder horse artillery there. A 5-inch howitzer shooting at an experimental howitzer, and an artillery apide. Or apide, I don't know how to say that. I am not good at French. But you guys can see here comes these howitzer shots. And one right there, gonna take out some guys at this cannon. So this unit's gonna get hit pretty hard right away. Over here, Prussia is moving early across this bridge. And that's the story of this map. River in between, a lot of choke points. So battles on this map usually take quite a while. I know when I used to play this game regularly, my buddy Mike and Huge and I would regularly have 40-minute battles on this map, especially in the 2v2s. Over here you can see the other British player. Here's their 5-inch howitzer firing over at these two 7-pound howitzers. And did I say 5-inch howitzer? I guess that's what that says. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I thought it should be 7-pound or 5-pound. But anyways, been a while since I played this game. Definitely going to do some more soon. But like I said, this map is very choke-pointed, so we're going to have this crazy artillery duel for a while. Off on Nathan's left, he is going to move this unit of rifles, a foot, and a King's German Legion light foot, as well as this 10th Hussars unit, over to where this bridge is and start doing some flanking action. And over here we're going to have some brief cross-river skirmishes. And where am I hearing firing? Right here you can hear some rifles taking some shots across the river. And we've got some chasseurs running down to return fire. But like I said, this battle is going to be very long. So I'm going to go kind of high up here and speed through it for you guys. Okay, so as you guys can see, down here, these troops, as I said, were going to move across the river. They have done so. They're going to start pushing up onto this slight hill here to get an overlook of this bridge. One unit of French cavalry, the Lancers there, was routed, but they are going to come back. This old guard here. Looks like, where did the rest of that unit go? I wonder if they're supposed to be in this building. Let's go inside here and see what's going on. Yeah, we've got, it looks like definitely filled with old guards, so some of these dudes are just chilling outside. Okay then. But yeah, they are going to rush out of this building because you can see the artillery is pounding it, those horse artillery, the 6-pounder horse. And if these old guard are in this building when it collapses, that entire unit will fall. So, wisely, the French player is going to move at least one of the units out of here. They seem to be taking their time, slowly moving out the door. You can see these guys politely waiting in line, merging their bodies together to do this. So, impressive tactic there. But yeah, he's going to get out of there, and this farmhouse is going to fall. You can see the damage racking up on it. And not having the old guard be able to hold this crossing in a building in a fortified position like that is definitely beneficial to Nathan and his British army. And you can see some shots coming in across the river from these rifles, taking a few pot shots at those old guard, getting a few kills. And look at this. We've got a dude being dragged on a horse just across the battlefield. There he goes. But yep, there went that building. Meanwhile, on the other flank, it is still just kind of a standstill at the moment. Artillery should still be firing. You can see all these guys loading up here, and they're going to start taking shots once again. And we'll see where those are headed. It looks like they're probably targeting this building. Yeah, there we go. Maybe even a little bit still at this 5-inch howitzer there. But once again, guys, this battle is not going to move very quickly until the end of it here. Over here, we've got that Lancer unit that came back from routing. They're going to charge into the rifles and then get hit by these 10th Hussars, and that's going to be it for them. These old guards still shifting around here. But once again, we're going to go up above. You guys can see how the unit movements are going to happen. And I am going to speed forward through this. And now, if we take a look here, we've got these rifles. Even though they were hit by cavalry, they were taking shots at these old guard. And they got that one old guard down to 31 men. You can see the bodies lying here of those old guard. So, of course, France is going to bring over some light infantry of its own to try to return fire. But those rifles have a longer range, so they're going to have to press to do that. But over on the other side of the battle, we've got this interesting cavalry charge going on here in a single file line. Now, I don't think the player ordered that to happen. I believe it is more that bridge back there glitched this unit out. You can see some of the foot guards there getting tossed by their own cavalry coming in. The Free Corps there charging in to try to halt this British cavalry charge, the light dragoons. But they are going to get into the howitzers and do some damage to one of the units. They should have enough men to at least reman one of those cannons. But for the moment, everyone is off of their artillery pieces. And we did have some units push across with them, but they have retreated back beyond the bridge. And over here, still not too much going on. These King's German Legion Lightfoot are moving over farther left, it looks like, to try to get more shots at these old guard. Can see where they're setting up here, and he's going to pull them back even farther just to make sure they don't get shot by the old guard. And you can see the Prussians have remanned their guns. This unit's down to 2 guns. Actually, both of them are down to 2 guns. So they went from having 8 artillery pieces to 4. So that cavalry charge was effective, if that was the goal, to get rid of the artillery, and if he found that worthwhile, which in a standstill battle like this, that definitely can be worth it, because those artillery will just slowly rack up kills. We can see this King's German Legion Lightfoot firing at this old guard, so these old guard are not having a good time holding this flank. They can't even return fire. The French player really needs to just move them out of here and bring in something or be a little bit aggressive. And everything else is still at a standstill. Okay, so now if we go over to this side of the map once more, the old guard have pushed across the bridge. They're going to get charged by the 10th Hussars. and slowly whittled down. Wisely, these British troops are not firing into the fray. They would be hitting mainly their own horses there. Actually, this rifle is starting to fire. But the old guard's having an issue. Now, the other light infantry unit over there shooting this cavalry and dealing some damage. So this 10th Hussars is in some danger. They're going to start being pretty heavily shot up. And this old guard has glitched out because of the melee there. But these units are slowly going to fall. Meanwhile, on the rest of the battle, you can see that cavalry unit just routed. Over here, the Prussians are beginning a push across the river, but of course, waiting for them are these lines of British rifles who are going to start opening up on the bridge there, and you can see the artillery pouring in. So if I speed it up a little bit here, as these guys cross, we should start getting some volleys, and there we go. And the British troops are going to run in to start to combat these Prussians who are trying to make it across the bridge. Some of them deciding it's a bad idea and sprinting back now. And this cavalry, the Lancers, are going to charge in to try to make the best of this. But there are stakes everywhere here, so they can't even progress that far. Britain sending a foot unit straight in. And you guys can see this combat here, so things getting pretty messy. These units seem unsure whether or not to commit, and it looks like Prussia has decided to just go ahead and commit. There's nothing back behind there. You guys can see I'm being quiet so that you guys can just hear this combat on this bridge. And it's going to be a bloody fight. If I were Great Britain, I don't know, I think they probably melee charged to try to hold these guys on the bridge. And they are doing just well. They are against Prussian Fusilier, which are a light infantry unit. So in this fight here, the British troops are far superior. You can see these units starting to glitch out on the bridge. The one unit escaping. But that actually is not a bad charge there. And on the rest of the battle, we've still just got the artillery duel moving on. Though over here, the British troops have moved across the river and they're going to start moving around the French right. And France is going to decide that they need to be aggressive now. So you can see they're moving in force across this choke point and getting it done swiftly, which if you're going to do that is good. There were no British units there immediately to shoot them as they crossed. This unit's actually in range, it would seem, but they are shooting into a hill. They do not have good line of sight, so those shots are doing nothing. Over here we might have a few shots make it through from the rifles up top. And these guys are returning fire right into the hill. I'll bet you this unit's going to as well. So that's something you always have to watch out for while playing this game. Your units will shoot even if they don't have direct line of sight. And here these Voltigeurs are going to start getting some shots through this alleyway in the buildings into these foot units. These guys are going to fall back to stay out of range in that. While on the other flank, the British troops are going to push up. These foot guards and the Coldstream guards are moving forward to get flanking fire on these French troops who are dealing with the King's German Legion Lightfoot. So France here either should be aggressive and try to deal with those guys or back out of that situation. In the back, he's moved 2 Fusiliers of line to guard that flank. We've got cavalry moving around, though. The Royal Scots Greys going to come all the way around and into the backfield. And over here, you can see the bloody bridge fight has ended. We've got a foot guard unit getting shot from across the river now. And artillery coming in. These foot guards, I don't know what they're doing so unsupported there. They're going to run away. And Prussia's going to decide to move their troops closer together. But we do have this King's German Legion Dragoons here. cutting down some running Prussians. And this cavalry unit is just going to keep going. They're going to charge over this way, but we do have more foot guards moving in. And on this flank, we should have some cavalry action pretty soon. Trying to see what else is going on. We've got this battle unfolding. You can see Britain here has got the high ground, and they are shooting down into these French troops. You can barely see them through the trees up there. It is not a good position for France to be in. France could turn and shoot into the backs of these foot guards. You can see the bodies of these units. They turned to face the foot guards, but got annihilated across the river. And here, we've got more French routing. And there is a cavalry charge going into the Fusilier of Line. And in the back, now we're going to get to see these Royal Scots Greys come into action. So we'll follow these guys. They're going to start crossing this field, and I believe once they set up over here, they're going to head up towards this experimental howitzer. Over on this flank, we've got the musketeers getting shot up from across the river, but we're going to go back and try to catch this cavalry charge. And you can see they're going to come right into the backs of these Fusiliers of Line, and these guys are not going to get a square off, so they are getting cavalry charged in the back, shot in the front by these rifles, and I believe a foot unit. Yep. This unit is now going to go into square, so those Royal Scots Greys are going to want to get out of this fight, and that is just what they're going to do. They're going to run back up over this hill, and then over towards this artillery unit, which we can see getting ready to fire here. And there comes the cavalry. Taking a screenshot there for the video thumbnail. But otherwise on the battlefield, that King's German Legion Dragoons is holding up a ton of units here. Prussia's been kind of in disarray for a while, and now Britain is moving in force across the river. You can see all these light foot and rifle units crossing, with one unit of foot at the moment to support them, another one coming over. We've got these musketeers lining up to start taking shots and dropping a few of the rifles, and there is going to be a large fight in this field now. There's also a fight going on in this house. We've got a foot unit versus a musketeer unit. And over here, you can see the foot. They are in a loose formation, it seems. And these foot guards are going to charge right up and into them. And that'll be a fight that the foot guards will win handily. You can see there's not too much else going on. The 7-pound howitzer unit has 4 men. These 4 men bravely just running between the British troops there, who are awkwardly standing at the moment. There we go. Now they've got their attack orders. And let's follow these 4 guys on their journey. Let's see what's happening here. How is he going to do? Oh, nope. They're just going to run away. Okay, they're getting out of that. They said nope and ran away. I don't know what this unit was doing. That was rather fascinating. Now they're running away, and you can see the British coming in force. We've got the General Staff of Prussia charging in. The foot guards now deciding to charge him instead. He's going to go down. Over here, these foot guards and musketeers still rolling forward on their charge. A lot of melee combat going on. This foot guard unit is now charging into the musketeers while taking flanking fire from another musketeer. And we've got the unit of foot up on the hill here. Now these guys are going to charge into this fight, so very disorganized battle over here. France has almost nothing left. This Fusilier of Line is routing or running away. And over here, we've got a Fusilier of Line in melee combat with rifles, which is something they'll win, but this foot unit seems to be lining up. And now they are going to start firing into the back of these French. And you can see the men dropping there, so I think that pretty much wraps up this battle. Yeah, there you can see it. So, Good game to everyone involved. Thank you for sending in that replay. Remember, guys, I need more replays if you want me to continue this series. So that was a long one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Been a while since I've posted Napoleon, and I guess I haven't ever posted Napoleon Total War on this channel, only on my old channel. So maybe I'll get back into that a little bit more. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Send me your replays, and I will see you next time with more.